Witches, a global historical and cultural timeline. Approximately 2,100 years before the Common Era. Location, Sumer. Event, early Mesopotamian incantation texts reference female sorcerers and curse rituals. Why it matters, establishes one of the earliest recorded distinctions between sanctioned temple magic and illicit harmful sorcery. Approximately 1,750 years before the Common Era. Location, Babylon. Event, Code of Hammurabi includes legal procedures for accusations of sorcery. Why it matters, harmful magic becomes legally prosecutable under state authority. Approximately 1,300 years before the Common Era. Location, Ancient Egypt. Event, magical papyri document protective spells, curse rituals, and divine invocations. Why it matters, demonstrates normalized ritual magic within religious life rather than criminal witchcraft. Approximately 1,000 years before the Common Era. Location, Ancient Israel. Event, Hebrew scriptures condemn certain forms of sorcery and necromancy. Why it matters, later translations influence medieval and early modern anti-witch legislation. Approximately 800 years before the Common Era. Location, Greece. Event, Circe appears in Homer's Odyssey. Why it matters, establishes the archetype of the transformative enchantress. Approximately 500 years before the Common Era. Location, Greece. Event, cult worship of Hecate expands in association with ghosts, crossroads, and night rituals. Why it matters, Hecate becomes permanently linked to witch symbolism in later European imagination. 1st century. Location, Roman Empire. Event, Roman writers describe witches using poison, necromancy, and curse tablets. Why it matters, witch imagery enters mainstream literary culture. 200. Location, China. Event, records describe accusations against Wu practitioners accused of harmful spirit manipulation. Why it matters, demonstrates early East Asian parallels to witchcraft suspicion. 600. Location, Arabian Peninsula. Event, pre-Islamic poetry references female soothsayers and practitioners of divination. Why it matters, shows widespread association between women and mystical knowledge. 906. Location, West Francia. Event, Canon Episcopi written. Why it matters, official church doctrine dismisses witch flight as illusion. 1231. Location, Papal States. Event, Papal Inquisition formally established. Why it matters, creates institutional framework later used in witch trials. 1324. Location, Ireland. Event, Trial of Alice Keitler for sorcery. Why it matters, one of the earliest documented European witchcraft trials. 1486. Location, Germany. Event, publication of Malleus Maleficarum. Why it matters, codifies demonological theory and accelerates European witch hunts. 1560. Location, Scotland. Event, Scottish Witchcraft Act passed. Why it matters, formalizes capital punishment for witchcraft. 1580 to 1630. Location, Central Europe. Event, peak of European witch hunts. Why it matters, tens of thousands executed across Germany, France, Switzerland, and neighboring regions. 1590. Location, Scotland. Event, North Berwick witch trials. Why it matters, King James VI becomes directly involved in prosecutions. 1612. Location, England. Event, Pendle witch trials. Why it matters, one of the most famous English witch trial cases. 1645. Location, England. Event, Matthew Hopkins conducts large-scale witch hunts. Why it matters, intensifies prosecutions during civil unrest. 1692. Location, Salem, Massachusetts. Event, Salem witch trials. Why it matters, becomes the most famous case of accusation hysteria in colonial America. 1735. Location, England. Event, Witchcraft Act redefines witchcraft as fraudulent claim rather than supernatural crime. Why it matters. Marks the legal decline of witch executions in Britain. 1812. Location: Germany. Event: Grimm brothers publish Hansel and Gretel. Why it matters. The witch becomes entrenched as folklore villain. 1830s. Location: Haiti. Event: Colonial authorities suppress voodoo practices labeled as witchcraft. Why it matters. Demonstrates colonial criminalization of African diasporic spiritual systems. 1888. Location: Jamaica. Event: Obeah Act criminalizes spiritual practices associated with African traditions. Why it matters. Witchcraft accusations used as tool of colonial control. 1890. Location: India. Event: British colonial records document witch accusations in rural villages. Why it matters. Shows continued global use of witch labeling in social conflicts. 1939. Location: United States. Event: The Wizard of Oz released. Why it matters. Defines the green-skinned witch in global cinema. 1954. Location: United Kingdom. Event: Witchcraft Act repealed and Witchcraft Today published. Why it matters. Modern Wicca formally emerges. 1964. Location: United States. Event: Bewitched premieres. Why it matters. Witch normalized in domestic comedy format. 1968. Location: United States. Event: Rosemary's Baby released. Why it matters. Reintroduces satanic coven paranoia in modern horror. 1977. Location: Italy. Event: Suspiria released. Why it matters. Witches depicted as hidden institutional power network. 1996. Location: United States. Event: The Craft released. Why it matters. Witchcraft merges with youth identity and empowerment. 1997. Location: United Kingdom. Event: Harry Potter published. Why it matters. Witchcraft mainstreamed to global youth audience. 1998. Location: United States. Event: Charmed premieres. Why it matters. Establishes sisterhood-based witch mythology. 2005. Location: United States. Event: Supernatural premieres. Why it matters. Witches portrayed as morally complex occult practitioners. 2013. Location: United States. Event: American Horror Story, Coven airs. Why it matters. Witch aesthetic revived for modern Gothic audiences. 2015. Location: United States. Event: The Witch released. Why it matters. Returns to historically grounded Puritan fear narrative. 2018. Location: Global. Event: WitchTok trends emerge on TikTok. Why it matters. Witchcraft identity spreads through algorithm-driven media. 2020. Location: Global. Event: Pandemic-era surge in online tarot and spell communities. Why it matters. Witch identity integrates with digital spirituality culture.